His mother accidentally steps on a sheet of music worth $10,000 and tears it. She casually tosses it aside, but her son picks it up like a priceless treasure. From the tiny holes in the damaged score, he discovers an invention that will completely change his world. He immediately grabs the war film he has just finished shooting and punches dozens of tiny holes into the film strip. Just like that, he creates realistic muzzle flashes on screen. In an era before visual effects, the result leaves everyone speechless. The very next day, another idea strikes him during filming. He lays a wooden board over a shallow pit, covers it with sand, then steps on a heavy rock. Instantly, it looks like a landmine explosion. A smoke-filled battlefield comes to life. Next, he buries firecrackers underground. With perfect timing, they create the illusion of machine gun fire tearing through the dirt. He even fills balloons with red ink to use as fake blood. The actors pop them the moment they're shot, making every hit look brutally real. Still, Sammy feels something is missing. He pulls one of his classmates aside. "You play the commanding officer," he tells him. "These men are your brothers. They would die for you. This battle could have been avoided. But because of your decision, every one of them sacrifices his life." The boy instantly understands. He slowly walks out from the ruins covered with the bodies of fallen soldiers. His heart is heavy with grief. Sand fills the sky. His fallen brothers lie everywhere. Alone, he walks through the sea of corpses. Watching the soldiers' lonely silhouette, Sammy is deeply moved. An overwhelming sense of sorrow and isolation washes over him. The young actor is consumed by grief, as if everything has truly happened. Only when Sammy finally yells "cut" does everyone return to reality. Even then, the boy struggles to break free from the role. Before long, Sammy's film premieres at school. The battlefield feels so real that the audience is completely immersed. No one looks away. The spraying blood and horrifying combat leave everyone stunned. Then comes the final shot. The lone soldier silently walks away from the battlefield. Many people in the audience are brought to tears. Sammy's mother is one of them. When the screening ends, she rushes over to congratulate her son. Instead, Sammy turns around and walks away. He even ignores the uncle who has always cared deeply for him. His mother has no idea what's wrong. After all, she has always been the one who supports his filmmaking more than anyone else. What she doesn't know is that her support is exactly what allows Sammy to discover the secret between her and Uncle Benny. Years earlier, Sammy's parents take him to the movies for the very first time. The spectacular train crash leaves him completely awestruck. Even on the way home, he can't stop thinking about it. Those bright blue eyes are filled with nothing but the image of the collision. For the holidays, he asks his father for a toy train set. The moment he gets it, he eagerly starts the train. As it rolls toward him, the excitement from the movie rushes back. Wanting to recreate the crash, he secretly sets up the train late that night. The violent collision thrills him. The crashing sound wakes his parents. His father, Bert, is an engineer who always thinks logically. He assumes Sammy is simply making trouble, scolds him, tells him to put away the toy, and sends him to bed. Sammy agrees, but he can't stop thinking about the train crash. His mother, Mitzi, sees things differently. Sensitive and artistic, she lies awake, wondering why her son is so obsessed with that moment. The next day, she brings out Bert's movie camera. She tells Sammy to film the crash himself. That way, he can watch it over and over until it no longer frightens him. With his mother's encouragement, Sammy makes the very first film of his life. The moment he gets the developed film back, he doesn't even stop to eat. He immediately invites his mother to watch it. To everyone's surprise, the film perfectly recreates the train derailment. The flickering light dances across their faces like a dream. After watching it, Mitzi praises Sammy without hesitation. From that moment on, he becomes completely obsessed with filmmaking. His two younger sisters soon become his regular actresses. To imitate a bloody tooth extraction, he stuffs a spoonful of ketchup into one sister's mouth, while the other plays the dentist. The younger girl's screams terrify their mother downstairs. Yet Mitzi remains endlessly patient with the children. Her tolerance only makes Sammy even bolder. He uses every roll of toilet paper in the house to wrap his sisters like mummies for another movie. Meanwhile, their mother can only wait helplessly in the bathroom for someone to bring more toilet paper. To capture genuine reactions, Sammy even rigs up a rope mechanism. With a gentle pull, a skeleton pops out of the closet. His sisters scream in terror, exactly as he hopes. As Sammy's filmmaking skills continue to improve, Bert's career takes off as well. After receiving a promotion, the family prepares to leave New Jersey for a new life in Arizona. While everyone else is excited, Mitzi has only one concern. Will Benny be coming too? Unlike her practical and reserved husband, Benny is funny, warm, and full of romance. He always knows how to brighten the dull routine of family life. When she learns Benny won't be coming, she erupts into an argument with Bert. Then, a tornado appears in the distance. Without hesitation, she shoves the youngest child into Bert's arms before driving off with the other 3 children to chase the storm. Only after seeing shopping carts flying across the road does she finally realize how dangerous the situation is and stop. Sensing the hidden sadness beneath his free-spirited wife's smile, Bert eventually gives in. Using his position at work, he arranges for Benny to transfer with them. On the drive, Mitzi smiles brighter than ever, but Sammy has no idea how many secrets are hidden behind that smile. After moving to the new city, Sammy never gives up on filmmaking. By the time he enters high school, he has no interest in talking about girls like everyone else. His eyes are fixed on the movie screen. He soon finds a group of friends who share his passion. Inspired by a Western, he decides to make his own film about bandits in the desert. The whole family joins in to help. Bert kicks up sand to create desert storms, while calming the owner of the rented wagon. Because their props and techniques are limited, Sammy feels the gunfights look fake. Just then, Mitzi accidentally steps on a sheet of music while wearing high heels. The tiny holes in the paper spark a brilliant idea. He punches holes into the film strip, creating realistic flashes. That innovation earns Sammy his very first filmmaking award. Although Bert admires Sammy's talent, he doesn't want his son wasting his future. Filmmaking is simply too expensive a hobby. Still, to celebrate Sammy's award, he takes the whole family and Benny camping that weekend. At the campsite, Sammy spends every spare moment filming. Bert, always serious, gives the children heartfelt lectures about life. Meanwhile, Mitzi and Benny play around a tree together. Soon, the children abandon their father and run to join the laughter. Though Bert is clearly disappointed, he says nothing. That evening, around the campfire, Benny becomes the lead singer. His joyful songs have the children dancing happily. Bert sits quietly nearby. As an engineer, art has never come naturally to him, and he simply doesn't fit in. After a few drinks, Mitzi becomes slightly tipsy and begins dancing across the grass. Both Benny and Bert watch her graceful movements with admiration. Meanwhile, Sammy quietly captures every beautiful moment on film. But happiness never lasts long. The very next day, the family learns that Mitzi's mother has passed away. Mitzi sinks into grief. She barely eats and loses all interest in life. Even the piano pieces she loves are now filled with sorrow. To comfort his wife, Bert asks Sammy to edit the camping footage into a family film just for her. Maybe it will cheer her up. But Sammy is completely focused on finishing his war movie and refuses to spare the time. The next day, however, he changes his mind. His great-uncle Boris, a former Hollywood filmmaker, comes to visit. After learning about Sammy's passion, Boris tells him about the beauty of cinema and the painful truth that art and family can never truly be separated. He also tells Sammy that his mother could have become a famous concert pianist. Instead, she gave up that dream and trapped herself inside family life. For the first time, Sammy realizes how much his mother has sacrificed. Boris leaves after only one day, but his words profoundly change the way Sammy sees the world. Sammy decides to put aside his war film and edit the family camping footage first. But while reviewing the reels, he accidentally uncovers his mother's secret. He notices how unusually close Mitzi and Benny are. At first, he thinks it's nothing. Yet reel after reel tells the same story. Every time Mitzi looks at Benny, her eyes are filled with unmistakable love. Her smile is too genuine to hide. Only then does Sammy realize his family is falling apart. He also understands something about being a filmmaker. A director is destined to see what others never notice, including the truths hidden beneath the surface. Though devastated, he chooses to protect his family. He carefully cuts away every revealing moment, leaving only the happiest memories. The finished film delights his mother. She is overjoyed and rushes over to hug him. But by now, Sammy has already built a wall between them. He begins resenting her. No matter what she does, he finds himself pushing back. After weeks of growing tension, Mitzi finally reaches her breaking point. She erupts into a fierce argument with Sammy. In a burst of anger, she slaps him across the face. The entire family is stunned. Sammy immediately turns and walks away. His heart burns with anger and heartbreak. The red handprint on his face eventually fades, but the scar it leaves on his heart never does. Afterward, Mitzi walks in to apologize to Sammy. Sammy doesn't know how to respond. He cannot accept what his mother has done, yet he cannot bring himself to expose her. Instead, he silently takes out a reel containing the deleted footage and invites her to watch the scenes of her and Benny alone, then quietly steps outside and waits by the door. The moment the film begins, Mitzi understands everything. A tidal wave of guilt crashes over her. Inside the dim room, time seems to stand still. Her mind goes completely blank as she watches the footage in silence. When it ends, she weakly unplugs the projector, crawls out from the cabinet, and breaks down in tears. Seeing his mother in such agony, Sammy's heart softens, and he promises to keep her secret. Not long afterward, Bert's job is transferred once again. This time, the family has to move to a remote town in the west. Mitzi, who had always resisted moving before, unexpectedly agrees. But by now, the family is already on the verge of falling apart. Sammy believes the camera is the source of everything, so he goes to a store intending to sell it. He decides never to make movies again. When Benny hears they're moving, he visits Sammy with a farewell gift. He presents him with a brand new camera on the spot, but Sammy refuses to appreciate it at all. To him, it almost destroyed his family. The thought alone makes him sick. Benny seems to understand. He tells Sammy that if he gives up the filmmaking he truly loves, his mother will be heartbroken too. Those words make Sammy hesitate. Even so, he refuses to owe Benny anything. So he empties all the cash from his pocket and insists on buying the camera himself. Yet as they part, Benny quietly stuffs all the money back into Sammy's pocket. Soon, Bert moves the family to their new home. Throughout the journey, Mitzi forces a smile. But the farther they drive, the more unbearable her longing for Benny becomes. Along the way, Bert mentions that he had a strange dream in which his best friend handed him a pair of antlers, as though he has begun to suspect the truth. His words only deepen Mitzi's pain. She gets out of the car, trying to hide her emotions. Sammy follows and comforts his distraught mother. Mitzi explains that she and Benny never crossed the line. She wanted to talk to Bert about their marriage many times, but every conversation died before it even began. Bert is such a wonderful husband that she never had a reason to leave him, nor did she want to destroy their happy family with her own hands. So they both bury their feelings deep inside. Their tangled emotions remain forever unspoken. Life in their new home is nowhere near as happy as before. Mitzi grows increasingly depressed. Her longing for Benny only becomes stronger. No matter what Bert does, he can no longer reach her soul. The passion they once shared has long since faded from their marriage. Before the adults can solve their own problems, Sammy begins facing struggles of his own. Because of the new environment, the students at his school are much bigger and tougher. Small in stature and Jewish, Sammy feels completely out of place. One day during gym class, he becomes the target of bullying. Furious, Sammy fights back on the spot, but that only provokes the school's biggest bully. The bully warns him to watch himself or he'll knock his teeth out while he's taking a drink. Thin and outmatched, Sammy has no choice but to swallow his anger. When he returns home in frustration, he discovers that Mitzi has adopted a monkey. She even names it after Benny. The monkey throws the entire household into chaos. It only makes Sammy feel even more miserable. That night, Bert suggests that Mitzi should see a psychiatrist, but she believes she's beyond saving. The next day at school, Sammy is still on edge. Someone stuffs prank bagels into his locker. Even taking a sip of water makes him nervous, afraid the bullies will attack from behind. Then he accidentally catches the school bully secretly making out with his girlfriend on the staircase. Terrified, Sammy quickly turns to leave. The moment he steps outside, he runs into the bully's friend. Then the bully appears with his girlfriend and blocks his path. Making fun of Sammy has become their favorite pastime. But the bully's girlfriend can't stand it anymore. She tells them to stop the anti-Semitic bullying. At last, Sammy speaks up and reveals what he saw on the staircase. The bully flies into a rage and punches him to the ground. Even with blood pouring from his nose, Sammy doesn't dare fight back. When Sammy finally stumbles home, his parents anxiously ask what happened. Their concern completely breaks him. Years of humiliation explode all at once, and he vents every bit of his anger at Bert. He blames his father for forcing the family to move over and over again against everyone's wishes, leaving him to suffer because he's Jewish. For the first time, father and son confront each other head-on. Neither is willing to back down. Only after Mitzi agrees to seek psychiatric help does the argument finally come to an end. As time passes, Sammy can't stop thinking about the dream he abandoned. He finally opens the box containing his camera and gently holds it, listening to the familiar sound inside. The next day, he finds the bully's girlfriend and claims he lied about what he saw. But she's far too smart to believe him. She immediately sees through the lie. Sammy is still far too inexperienced. Even so, the incident unexpectedly leads him to meet Monica. She's warm, kind, and genuinely accepts him despite his Jewish identity. She even invites him to her house, hoping Jesus will save his Jewish soul. In that moment, it's as if a beam of light pierces through the darkness in his heart. Before long, they fall in love and share their first kiss. Soon, Monica visits Sammy's home. She fills the house with laughter. After learning about his passion for filmmaking, she even lends him advanced filming equipment from her family. She encourages Sammy to shoot the class graduation film centered around Senior Ditch Day. Just like that, Sammy picks up his camera once more and rediscovers the directing dream he had abandoned. The vibrant beach becomes the perfect filming location. The brilliance of youth shines brighter than the sun itself. He captures a day of his classmates laughing and playing by the sea. Their laughter echoes beneath the open sky, and Sammy always manages to preserve the most beautiful moments through his lens. Before long, Bert saves enough money to move the family into a larger house. Everyone is excited. Everyone except Mitzi. She can no longer bear living without Benny, so she finally tells the family the truth. His sisters are devastated and burst into tears. Bert quietly takes all the blame upon himself. Only Sammy sits silently to one side like an outsider. He had long expected this day. He simply never imagined it would arrive so suddenly. He doesn't beg his mother to stay, nor does he blame her, because he knows she is destined to leave sooner or later. When one of his sisters accuses him of being cold-hearted, Sammy says nothing. Instead, he shows her the deleted scenes from the family documentary. Only then does she understand the unbearable pain her brother has carried all this time. Soon, Sammy attends his high school prom. Everyone dresses in their finest clothes, eager to show their best side. He tells Monica he wants to quit college and pursue filmmaking, hoping she'll stay by his side. But Monica has dreams of her own. She returns the necklace Sammy gave her, ending their relationship without another word. Sammy is heartbroken, yet he realizes the road ahead is one he must walk alone. After the dance, Sammy's documentary is shown as the grand finale. Everyone eagerly watches the screen. Only the school bully looks uneasy. He assumes Sammy has edited the film to humiliate him for all the bullying. Instead, Sammy turns him into the star of the film, using only his most heroic and handsome moments. The audience erupts into cheers. The atmosphere reaches its peak. Even the bully is stunned. His ex-girlfriend is so captivated that she kisses him. When the dance is over, the bully confronts Sammy. He demands to know why he humiliated him. He knows he's a terrible person every day, so why portray him as someone so extraordinary? Consumed by guilt, he desperately chases after Sammy for an answer. The relentless questioning finally pushes Sammy over the edge. He explodes, calling out the bully's arrogance and saying he's not even as decent as the monkey in his own house. He explains that he made him look like a shining hero because he hoped he might become that person, even if only for 5 minutes. Those words completely break the bully. He knows he's nothing like the man on the screen, but that's exactly who he's always wanted to be. The deepest and most vulnerable part of his heart has been exposed. Just then, the bully's friend arrives, intending to harass Sammy again. This time, the bully stops him. That is the power of cinema. It can change a person. It allows two enemies to make peace. Before leaving, the bully tells Sammy that life is never like the movies. No matter how beautifully you frame it, reality remains cruel. But Sammy no longer cares. They exchange one final, respectful goodbye. When Sammy returns home that day, he sadly tells Mitzi that Monica has left him. His mother comforts him, telling him to live the life he truly wants and follow his own heart. It becomes the last heartfelt conversation they ever share. Not long afterward, Bert and Mitzi divorce. Sammy follows his father to Los Angeles to pursue his future. Mitzi returns to New Jersey with his sisters and starts a new family with Benny. From time to time, she mails Sammy photographs. Looking at the familiar warmth in her smile, he can never decide whether to feel happy or heartbroken. When Bert sees the family photos of his ex-wife and his closest friend, sorrow overwhelms him. He realizes that if he continues living the same way, he'll only bring more pain to the people around him. So he finally agrees to let Sammy leave school and pursue filmmaking. At the same time, Sammy receives a letter from Columbia Pictures. He has been accepted as a production assistant. At that moment, destiny opens the door to his dream. On his first day at work, his boss reads Sammy's letter of introduction and suddenly asks if he'd like to meet the greatest film director in history. With his boss's recommendation, Sammy nervously meets his lifelong idol, John Ford, and is granted 5 precious minutes with him. The legendary director is nothing like Sammy imagined. After appearing with lipstick marks all over his face, Ford asks Sammy a simple question. What is art? Then he points to the paintings on the wall and asks Sammy to interpret them. Sammy gives a professional answer, but Ford isn't impressed. He tells Sammy that when the horizon is at the bottom of the frame, it's interesting. When the horizon is at the top, it's interesting too. But when the horizon sits in the middle, it's boring as hell. Moments later, the eccentric old director throws him out of the office. Yet those brief 5 minutes convince Sammy that he has come to the right place. He realizes he still has so much to learn. To him, this place feels almost like heaven itself. The Fabelmans is a film that Steven Spielberg based on his own life. Sammy is the young Steven Spielberg himself. This is a true autobiographical story. He turns his camera toward the flesh, wounds, and fractures hidden behind artistic creation. He records every part of life, the beautiful and the ugly, the bright and the dark. As a dream maker, he exposes the paradox between art and reality. The more we beautify the world through a camera, the more we must face its brokenness. Just as Spielberg preserved this story on film, we eventually learn to make peace with regret, because it is those imperfect cracks that give light and shadow their shape and show us the way forward.